first ever AUAA playoffs are here.
It hits the deck.
In our first matchup, coming off his epic hot streak,
He's getting hot. Yeah!
the white-legged Todd Fritz looks to ride the momentum of that lefty hook
He makes it in. He's killing it.
as he carries the crush into a matchup with the big Fowler brand.
O'Connor, the reach in. They're going to count it.
A balanced squad that carries 3 of the league's top 4 scorers.
They flips it up and in.
But this league's Jordan goes by the name McLovin.
Perloff finishes.
Call him a ball hog, but call his number. That silky smooth jumper has netted him a whopping 15 points per game.
McLovin again.
More than double of the entire Losers team.
Loser still without a basket.
Led by Paulie, who finally got some buckets in week 3.
Paulie, the free basket. Oh! He's got it.
But they'll need a Marvin miracle to not end the season winless. This is the AUAA playoffs.
Exciting times are here at the Dan Patrick Show Fieldhouse as we welcome you to Milford, Connecticut, as the AUAA semifinals are set to begin on this Monday. Yes, a Monday. A little different from our usual Tuesday time, but nevertheless, we're still going to bring you semifinal action here from the Man Cave. As in our first game, the Crush, the number 3 seed, finishing the regular season at 1-2, take on the Big Fowler brand, finish the regular season 2-1, arguably the most balanced team in the entire league, led by Seton O'Connor, Mario Miranda, and Tyler Day. And then in the second game, it's the top seed against the bottom seed, as against the Grainers, who finished the regular season 3-0. First team in AUAA history to ever do that. Take on the Losers, who finished the regular season 0-3. Also the first team ever to do that, as the winners will match up in the final. Losers meet up in the third place game, but we'll go from there. We still got 2 games to play today. Thanks so much for joining us once again, Dan Gardella. As the regular season's done, we had some laughs, we had some questionable shots and decisions, but let's take a look back at our season recap.
3 weeks of pain, 3 weeks of grittiness, and yes, guttiness.
No good as he hits the deck. Body's flying.
1 season, 12 average Joes, 1 goal.
Flip up and it goes!
It was the regular season nobody asked for. Each Danette drafted their roster from the DP Show crew. A bunch of no names with no games.
Still can't finish.
Fritzy's squad, the Crush, appeared to be a force early on.
Brady takes 1 more shot for 3 and it goes!
But Todd's high-volume shooting has made the number 1 overall pick an afterthought.
Overlocks 3, hits the ceiling.
The Crush faded down the stretch, but a rediscovered hook shot could be the recipe to playoff success.
He's 4 for his last 4.
Paul Papp's team lived up to its nickname.
As the Losers fail to get on the board.
Although they won for best shot of the year,
Pike got hit, I believe, in the nether region.
it didn't even go in the hoop. Not many did for this winless bunch, and number 2 pick Marvin Prince Jr. III is their only hope in what would be an upset for the ages.
Prince drives in, counted in the foul.
And then there's Patrick Seton O'Connor, whose surprising passing skills have been a revelation.
Beautiful look to Miranda on the right side.
The well-rounded Big Fowler brand into the regular season on a winning streak
Big Fowler brand are on fire to start.
and have arrived as serious title contenders.
O'Connor 4-3. Good.
But Brooklyn baller Andrew McLovin Perloff has wrecked the league.
The floater off the backboard.
He added size and strength in the draft to complement his perimeter game.
McLovin responds with a 3.
Those assorted bunch of goons brought the muscle and hustle,
No sleeves, no problem.
while McLovin got buckets.
McLovin gets to the basket.
More than enough to keep a perfect season intact. So who will prevail? We will find out next.
Quite a season so far as team captain of Losers Paul Pabst joined me. Lots of fun through the 3 games of the regular season, and hopefully more to come in the postseason.
It was emotional to watch that recap of the season. I think the league itself is the story. A lot of people said this league wouldn't happen. Even more said this league shouldn't happen, but it has. And we're on the cusp of the playoffs. I don't think they can cancel us now.
It's going to be a fun 2 days here in the Man Cave.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a tough game ahead because Seton's team is really organized. They move well, and you have to move with them or they'll just blow right past you. And they don't really stop moving during the game. What's really going to be interesting to see is Dan Overlock, a.k.a. Two-A-Days, very frustrated last game. His teammates went with a different strategy. They didn't get their best player of the ball, which I thought was odd. Will they do it today?
Horn sound, semifinal number 1 is underway. We're all good.
Crowd's big. Big crowd.
Crowd.
We're at capacity.
I believe they were expecting a sellout crowd here in the Man Cave.
Look at the pick and roll already.
Seton O'Connor running the offense. Big Baller Brand, the most balanced team in the league.
Mario Miranda just camping out in the lane.
Each player averaging just around 7 points a game. They love to share the ball. There's 5 seconds on the shot clock. Miranda's going to have to put up a shot over Fritz. It rims out, and Two-A-Days lets it goes out of bounds.
Well, that's kind of how last game started. We gave the Big Baller Brand a good game because we kind of moved with them. If Fritzies continue to do that, they'll stay in the game.
So now the Crush will get their first possession. It goes in the hands of Fritz. Made 4 in a row last week and banks in his first one. That's a big start for him.
He didn't cool off at all in the past 6 days. Not a bit.
So the Crush taking the 2-0 lead. O'Connor finds Day, who flashed to the elbow. And now a turnover by Fritz. The beautiful look to Overlock, who can't finish.
Heads up play by Fritzy to get the steal and realize the ball was still live. Got it to Overlock under the basket. Couldn't convert.
Day gets the switch. Tries to go reverse. Missed it off the side of the backboard. And then Overlock picks it off.
Really good defensive start for the Crush.
We'll see if they can convert on the offensive end. Crowd chanting defense.
Fritzy's putting this up, I guarantee it.
The hook pass to Overlock wide open from the elbow, and it's good.
What a start for the Crush. This is what they needed.
It's 4-0, just 2 minutes in.
Think about this Big Baller Brand team. They do wear you down because they never stop moving. Tyler Day
driving in and gets the foul call.
He will not go to the line because we don't have a line in this
We
league.
don't have foul shots. No foul shots are attempted.
Can't foul out.
That's another good thing because some people may.
Yeah, we'd have no players.
O'Connor spots up from the top of the arc. It's off the mark. And they'll move it around. The Crush, as Grady pops for 3 off the side rim.
They're laying off Dylan O'Grady because they know he can't shoot unless it's a tight situation.
See if the Big Baller Brand can get on the board. As the beautiful dish today. I didn't even see the pass, but Day lays it in.
Right, nice drop pass by Seton. He saw a teammate curling. They're always moving.
We'll see how if they can keep their offensive start going, as Overlock is just off the mark.
A lot of people are asking if Fritzy's wearing knee-high white socks. No, no, no. His legs are just that white and hairless.
O'Connor looking for somebody. He's the floor general for this team, but he'll fire and draw air as it goes out of bounds.
O'Connor's got a big guy on in this league. The Two-A-Days is 6'2", well over 2 bills, and is right in O'Connor's grill. He's going to have to work for it. I see him being a distributor early today.
Overlock being aggressive early on, drives on Miranda and gets the tough layup to go.
He got Miranda airborne, which means you could wedge a dime under his shoes, but that was enough to get by him and get the 2.
Lead back up to 4 for the Crush. A little extra energy here on semifinal Monday.
Yeah, and a packed house, standing room.
Miranda driving in, the hook shot, too strong. And now Overlock left wide open. He'll drive by O'Connor. Fritz, the baseball pass over to Grady, and he gets it to go.
Like they've been playing together for weeks.
Don't look now, it's a 6-point lead for the Crush.
Just to be fair, this is kind of how we started last week, and then we got murdered.
That is true.
There's Dylan O'Grady on defense. He's leading the league in steals this year.
As the pass goes out of bounds, it's off of O'Connor. And the possession going back to the Crush.
Dylan O'Grady does 2 things for our show. Gets us great breakfast and reads passing lanes.
Lots of movement by the Crush.
Here comes the toddler.
Here comes the hook. He got hacked. Flips it in.
It doesn't matter what you do. It's going in. Good shot.
4 in a row last week. He's got 2 in a row to start the semifinals. It's 10-2.
You might as well not cover him because it's going in either way.
You can see he's locked in now on defense.
Yeah.
Day Grady's in his face, but it doesn't matter as he puts it in.
The biggest prop bet of the day, does Tyler go down in a heap and injure himself? Because he has in every game so far this season.
People, as overlock shot, heavily contested.
Almost a travel by O'Connor, but he got it off.
Miranda fires from the elbow, and the rebound goes to Fritz. He'll bring it back out. Under 2 minutes to go, the Crush with a 6-point lead. Ooh, Grady the fadeaway. Shouldn't have done that one. Miranda bricks the first layup, airballs the second, but O'Connor cleans up the mess with the third.
Yeah. Miranda slow start after last week's scoring. I think 2. He's going to have to pick it up here.
In week 2, he had a career-high 14.
Yep.
But since then, it's been a bit of a drop-off for him.
Yeah, he's sucked ever since, I think is the word you're looking for, Jim.
Overlock, trying to put the moves on O'Connor.
Trying to put O'Connor on skates.
And we got a carry call.
Wow.
That's one thing you weren't going to see in the first couple of weeks of the AUAA.
That's old school, Stripes.
Crowd not liking it, but it's going back to the big faller brand. They look to cut into the deficit as we approach a minute to go in the first half.
Good defense by Fritz. He's all over.
Fritz all in Miranda's grill.
Got to be a foul here. There it is.
And it's a double dribble. As Miranda's, he didn't like the call. He thought he got slapped away from him.
He was right, too.
He retained possession of it.
You heard the ref. Miranda makes up for it by sending it into the third row. We don't have rows, but it would have gone into the third row.
I thought he was going to do the Mutombo finger wave. Miranda dominating on that block.
Fritz not looking for the 3. Gives it to Grady from the right side. It just nicks the rim.
Hell of a first game so far.
We've got a doozy so far. 10-6 as we approach the end of the first half. As O'Connor got overlock in the air, and they'll get one last possession now. Shot clock is off.
10 seconds left.
Day gets Grady to fly by and puts it in. Tyler Day's having a hell of a first half.
Like Maverick and Top Gun, he flew right by.
Grady looks to answer, no good. 1 second. And that's the end of the first half as the Crush surprisingly holding on to the 2-point lead as we are at halftime.
You dribbled it to the corner, you stop.
As now Miranda's talking up the ref, David Daniels III, trying to get an explanation.
Miranda accosting the ref before he goes into the halftime clubhouse.
Could we see a technical? No technical. He's going to walk away both sides.
My first half thoughts are really good defense by the Crush. They're playing lights out. Fritzy hit a couple. 2 days is going to go off once you got that pump fake and get people to the hole. The problem is, though, as I said before, the Crush, they're good. They're good on defense, but big baller brand, they cut so much. They move so much. They're going to wear this team down, but it's a great game. 10-8 at half.
We're going to go to the first half highlights. There were plenty of them as the Crush. They've only scored 13 in a game. That is their high. They already have 10, and it started with this man right here with 2 hook shots.
Yeah, Todd Fritz is unconscious, which means he doesn't even think about the teammates around him. He has a couple assists, though, but after last week, his confidence is high.
Dan Overlock, after struggling the past couple weeks, gets a couple of quick baskets to go to get them out to the lead, but it was this man, this flip shot up and in. That could be a momentum builder for them as we go into the second half.
Yeah, the toddler, you could tell he cut the hair. He looks good. He looks ready to go, and the second half, anybody's game.
As we take a look at some of the first half stats, and it was very balanced for the Crush as opposed to other games where you just see a lot of high volume shooting by one player. I mean, it's Dylan Grady today. He's taking the most shots for them.
But also, if you look at 2 days, 5 shots, he's got to shoot at least 10 more to get a win here because they're going to need a few more points because big ballers, they always score. They're going to get some down low.
You think Fritz is going to continue to shoot with the 2 for 2 now?
That might be a rhetorical question because I can guarantee it.
Big Faller brand struggling. If it wasn't for Tyler Day, 6 points in that first half, very efficient. They're going to look to go to him a lot in that second half to pull out the win.
Tyler Day, heavy smoker, heavy scorer. We need Mario to show up at the second half. If Mario shows up in the second half, they win.
Who do you have winning this one in the second half?
I'm going to stick with big ballers. I think they're going to wear them down.
Horn sound, second half is ready to go. As we're going to bring in the team captain from against the Grainers. Andrew Perloff now joins me. What did you see in that first half? What did you like? What did you didn't like?
Great start by the Crush. At a certain point, you became very well aware that Dylan was going to shoot his team out of the game, and that's exactly what he did. He should be passing the ball, not shooting, but it happens. I like Big Faller Brand big time in this half.
I like that. Big Faller Brand, big time. They're going to look to tie it on this shot by O'Connor. They're unable to. Day cleans up the mess with the offensive rebound and putback. And we're tied at 10.
I see a little fatigue on the orange team here. The Crush.
And that was about 6 steps before he put the ball down. It's a easy travel call. Now the big Fall Brand, I believe, can take their first lead of the game. They're going to work it around. Day gets the pump fake and banks it in. That's 4 quick points in the second half. He's up to 10 now for the game.
That was a lightning quick cut by Day. I'm not surprised Dylan couldn't quite keep up with him.
As the ball tips off of Fritz's hands. A little bit of frustration here for the Crush now.
Yeah.
You see it there. Tyler Day, 10 points, 5 of 7. Big Fallerbrand would be foolish not to get it in his hands more as he now has it.
You know, this is where you see the hard work that everyone put in training camp, the AUAA training camp, the suicides and the sprints and the jogging, all paying off for Big Fallerbrand. I don't think the Crush had a strict workout regimen.
Overlocks 3 hits the ceiling. Rule going that hits the ceiling, it's out of bounds, it changes possession. Day working against Grady. Miranda just holding the ball, looking for some movement. He'll get a screen instead and fire from the right wing. O'Connor, the offensive rebound, goes reverse and puts it in.
That was a very athletic move. I like it a lot.
14-10. Big Fallerbrand beginning to take control here in the second half. No hook. Instead, it's a handoff to Overlock. He can't get it to go.
You know, I hate to say this. I want to see the hook there out of Todd. I feel like he's feeling it.
He was 2 for 2 in the first half. Maybe a little reluctant to shoot in the second half. Miranda has the mismatch on Fritz and draws the foul. As we said earlier, there are no shooting fouls. O'Connor trying to find Miranda, but overshot him just a bit. And it goes back to the Crush.
Big Fallerbrand running a little Princeton offense. I like it. The back cuts, team ball, what you like to see.
Grady again from the left wing. It's off the mark. Big Fallerbrand.
That's a good
working
catch.
around. Oh, the scoop shot by O'Connor just rims out. Fritz. Grady, he's taking the 3. He's taking the 3.
Oh, I like that hustle by Todd.
The tip gets his own rebound as Overlock puts the moves on, but can't finish.
The nice move. Good hustle by Dylan. There's a chippy.
Rebound by Grady. Gives it to Overlock, who puts it in.
We have a game. 3 minutes left. 2-point game.
Winner gets a spot in the championship. Loser will face off in the third-place game. Who's it going to be as Day got hacked? He still put up a shot. It was way after. Looking for the continuation call, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, if officials going to call touch fouls like that, I think we're going to have a slow day. The official, I think, heard me say that, and I apologize.
The perk of being so close to the court is everybody can hear us. Players, officials, fans, everybody. Under 10 on the shot clock. Miranda taking his time. The floater.
That's a nice move.
Beautiful shot by Miranda as he gets his first 2 points of the game.
Crush has to look to shoot the ball.
Here comes the hook.
There it is.
No good. Overlock the offensive rebound. He puts it up and in, plus the foul.
Yeah, staying in shooting range here, the Crush.
Crush are going tick for tack. That's actually the highest point total the Crush have scored so far in the AUAA. Their previous high was 13.
Yep.
I believe they are calling it out. Going back to the Crush. 2 minutes to go. A 2-point game. We'll see who can take advantage. Fritz
here it comes.
going to the left side. Miranda's on him. The hook shot hits the ceiling. He was trying to go for more of the elevation over the taller Miranda, but it was just a bit too high.
Yeah, that was a tough shot. Oh, that's an interesting pass.
The alley-oop got deflected. They're going to give it back to the Big Fallerbrand as it was tipped out of bounds.
Getting out of critical possessions here.
Day picked up his dribble. He's going to fire over Grady. Offensive rebound by Miranda. He's fighting for it and draws another foul. A big play by Miranda. As he got hit in the face, I believe.
Yeah. See a little eye gouge by Fritzy. Thought Miranda might have gone over the top right there before.
The pass got kicked out of bounds.
1 minute left.
1 minute left. It's a 2-point game.
Big Fall Brand needs one basket to pretty much put this out of touch. They go into Miranda.
They're going to go to Miranda down low. He's against Fritz. He's going to work the fader off the mark. Didn't hit the backboard. Grady to Fritz. He throws it out of bounds.
Terrible turnover by the Crush.
Time running low. We're down to 40 seconds.
Oh, do I see a little...
Are we stalling here? Is that what's going on?
Gamesmanship by the Big Fall Brand. You know, it's interesting. I noticed the clock doesn't start until it gets inbound.
O'Connor driving around, leaves it short. Miranda pulls the rebound down, and it gets tipped away by O'Connor. Shot clock is off.
2-point
He's
game.
going to drive in, and a double dribble is the call. It's going back to the Big Faller Brand.
Not double dribble, up and down.
Up and down is the call instead. They're going to hold it. Miranda shoots it. He airballs. The point is good. We're tied at 16. We're going overtime here in the AUAA semifinals. As the shot was put up by Miranda, he airballed it, and Overlock cleaned up the mess.
Okay,
It is bedlam here at the field house.
It really is.
16 all. We're going to overtime to decide a champion. As Paul Paps is in now. What is going on?
I don't know what happened there. Miranda had the ball. He could have just fell on it, taken a knee.
How many minutes overtime?
No one in the building knows the overtime policy.
So the overtime policy, the Kansas City Chiefs rule.
Yes.
Each team gets a shot at making a three-pointer. The first team to make a three-pointer, each team gets to match. It's like tick for tack. But the first one to miss, whoever gets the edge, they're going to be the winner.
Question, does each player from the team have to shoot or just one player?
I believe it rotates. As the commissioner, Dan Patrick's coming in, maybe he can sort something out.
Yes, there you go.
As you see the rules there, first three-pointer made, each team gets at least one attempt.
It is chaos in here.
Similar to an NHL shootout.
Yeah. The commissioner is on the court. I repeat, the commissioner is on the court.
In a t-shirt.
In a t-shirt.
He saw the Twitter updates and he had to rush back over here.
Wow.
Rarely does Adam Silver come on the court during the playoffs.
He came down from the owner's box.
All right.
As O'Connor's going to be the first one to shoot it.
Let's reset here.
As his first three, off the mark.
Fatigue playing a role
Overlock
of that.
can win it with a three.
Wow.
He makes this, and the Crusher going to the AUAA championship. The three is good! He baked it in! Dan Overlock sends the Crush to the AUAA championship game.
Wow.
What a comeback!
Good shot.
Wow.
Dan Patrick, what just happened?
Did he bank that in?
He called bank, I think, and the Crusher going to the championship.
Because there were whispers within the man cave that Dan Overlock was going to be labeled a bust. And this may have
put him over the top.
may have just brought him back from the depths.
One could say the biggest shot in AUAA history.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm speechless here. I really am. I didn't think Two-A-Days had it in him, but crushing defeat for the
Good wordplay
Big
there.
Baller Brand.
Crushing.
Yep.
Crushing defeat as it's no question. We're going to go to our MVP. Did you know there are over 1,600 sports clips in the United States and Canada, but only 5 sponsor the Big Faller, the AUAA, and those are in Milford, Fairfield, Shellen, and Brantford, Connecticut. Visit any one of these 5 sports clips for the ultimate MVP experiences. Dan Overlock is our MVP in the semifinal round. And Dan,
Wow.
take me through those last couple of seconds. You guys are down 2. The shot clock's off. Mario can just hold the ball and they win, but he elects to shoot. What's going through your mind as that ball's going to the basket?
I knew he was going to shoot, but if it hits the rim, we're done. I mean, I had to take it back. I had no time. But luckily for me, it went over and I hit that layup, thank goodness.
So now you go to the Kansas City Chiefs rule. Seton O'Connor misses the first 3. You're standing up at the top of the key with a chance to send the Crush. What's running through your mind at that point?
I was nervous because I'm tired. My legs aren't under me anymore. And that's why I hit glass, because I was just tired and I just hucked it up there and hoping the glass would save me, and it did. Thank God.
So the real question now is, did you call bank?
I did not, but I think it still counts under the rules. I don't know.
It still counts. Dan Overlock and the Crush are going to the AUAA championship.
But you know what was interesting, though, Dan, is that McLovin was celebrating as if he had won because he wants to face the Crush for the title.
Well,
I thought that was very interesting what McLovin just did there.
Shots fired, but I think we came together this game, so I think we'll be ready for that.
Oh, really? Yeah. Is that what that was?
I think so.
Coming together is the term, but you got to get ready and prep for the championship game. Is there anything different that's going to go into the game plan? I know there's not much going in anyway, but is anything going to change?
Not much. Just stick with my teammates, passing, teamwork, defense. Todd Fritz is a great motivator, so.
He is?
Really? I think so. I don't know. It's worked so far.
Oh, okay. I thought you got here in spite of Fritzy.
No. Todd's our rock. He's our guy.
He's your rock.
He moves like that. Okay. All right. Well, we got one team in the championship round here.
Another semifinal to be played in just a couple of minutes. We're going to take a quick break, but soon to come, Against the Grainers taking on the Losers as we take a look at some of the final stats of the Crush. Dan Overlock leading the way with 10 points, 5 of 11, but no shot bigger than the shot from the top of the key in overtime to send his Crush to the AUAA championship. And for the Big Fall brand, a crushing defeat. Tyler Day leading the way with 10 points in the effort. Mario Miranda, 1 of 9. No shot more costly than that last one to send the game into overtime. As that wraps up game 1 from AUAA semifinal Monday. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, but first, let's hear from a word from some of our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Dan Patrick, semi-well-known sort of radio host. Every year at this time, I get the same question. Hey, Dan, I'd like to watch more March Madness, but I can't because the kids won't go to sleep. Well, I have something for you. It's the Swisher. Just tap little Danny on the head to activate the soothing sounds of the Swisher. Within seconds, your little angel will be in a Swisher slumber. Night-night, the Swisher. Swishalicious.
Thanks, Dan Patrick. Now I don't have to try so hard as a father.
It worked for them, and it can work for you. It's the Swisher, where you always have the home court advantage. This product is not scientifically proven to make your child go to sleep. If I got 10 tries at the top of the key, do I score on you? Really?
I mean, I have to see your game, though.
Yeah, well, that's...
Because we're on the street, you got
no, I'm going to... Don't leave me open.
Okay.
Because I'm automatic. Explain what you do against James Harden.
Here's the few ways I've told him to guard Harden, and none of them have worked. So let's just...
Okay. I think people are kind of overrating your Chiefs this year.
For real?
Yeah.
I love this.
I do. If the Patriots played the Chiefs right now,
we would win.
In New England.
Okay, well.
What's the best thing you do as a parent?
I don't know.
Do you read stories? You change in diapers? Like, what do you do well?
I be your buddy.
Never miss an interview with the Dan Patrick Show app. Plus, don't forget about the DP store for your latest show swag. All available on the app.
Oh, I'm going to do like Harden. Don't do it. I still got it.
For more interviews, go to the Dan Patrick Show app. Available on Google Play and the App Store.
Could you take down Shaq now?
Come on, man. You ever seen a guy fight? Shaq can't fight a lick. I hit him in that big old gut.
I have the voice of a true man.
You sound like Demi Moore.
That's a good one.
What kind of game does your dad? Because I kind of wanted to D him up a little bit.
Let me tell you, that mid-range is true.
Okay.
It's true.
But my jumper is wet. Yeah. It's must-see TV.
He's getting hot. McLovin responds with a three. Ollie, is this the one? Yes, it is! O'Connor, the reach in. They're going to count it. I would say a lot of great basketball, but a lot of great laughs for sure.
It's awfully good.
Never miss any of the action with the Dan Patrick Show app. Plus, go to the DP store for all your official AUAA team gear.
Could you take Drake?
And what, basketball?
Yeah.
Yes, Drake doesn't have an athletic bone in his body.
But he's there front row all the time.
Yeah, Drake's there front row, but he's not the same. Drake doesn't have Kevin Hart antics. I'm different.
Could you take Justin Bieber?
Yes. Does Dan not know that I'm a 4-time Celebrity Game MVP?
For more interviews, go to the Dan Patrick Show app. Available on Google Play and the App Store.
Back to the Dan Patrick Show Fieldhouse. As what a game in Game 1 of the semifinals. The Crush in overtime, taking down the Big Baller Brand to advance to the AUAA Championship. And now our second game, the losers, the number 4 seed, taking on against the Grainers, who finished the regular season undefeated, as they will look to meet with the Crush in the championship game. And I'm joined with the team captain of the Crush, Todd Fritz. And first, I got to talk about ask you your thoughts on that game and just down the stretch, what was going through your head?
I got to admit, I was very concerned going into the game. We had not been playing well. After beating the losers week 1, we had a false sense of confidence with that 13-4 win. We were collapsing ever since. This team that we beat in the final seconds today, they had a 16-2 lead, if you remember, when we first met them, which was an insurmountable hole to come out of. But the way everybody stepped up, and it just has a nice ring to it. When you said that the Crush is going to be waiting in the wings to play for the championship, it's great, especially after losing the last 2 games.
You're going to be facing off either against the Grainers or the losers. What is the key to this game? Obviously, McLovin averaging 15 points a game. He's the alpha dog in this one.
No question, but I'm not going to put anything past the losers. The team that we beat in week 1 is a totally different team over the last few weeks. They gave Big Baller Brand everything they can handle last week, and maybe it'll be a very special double upset Monday that we're looking at here. But, you would think against the Grainers, they're trying to stay undefeated, should win. But Paulie's group, they've got something special, and I think we're going to have a tight one.
There's one player on the losers, Marvin Prince, the number 2 overall pick in the AUAA draft. He's gotten off to a slow start this season. I sat down with him to talk a little bit about his struggles in our Tuesday conversation on a Monday.
With the second pick of the American Unathletic Association of America, Paul Pabst and the Losers select small forward out of UConn, Marvin Good News Prince, a.k.a. Purple Rain, a.k.a. The Symbol.
Joined by Marvin Prince of Team Losers. How do you feel being able to sit down and talk with me today?
After the past Tuesday conversations, this isn't much of an honor at all.
No, you're right. It's really not. In fact, it's kind of an insult, if you will.
Okay.
Answer me this. Do you know what you, Marvin Williams, and Marvin Bagley have in common?
We're handsome with the name Marvin?
No, we were looking for they are all disappointments. They were also all drafted 2nd overall in their respective drafts.
Wait, this isn't about my tough upbringing, overcoming obstacles to be where I am now?
Afraid not. So let me ask you, was there any pressure going into the season being the #2 pick in the AUAA?
I felt a little bit, but it really wasn't what I expected. I thought we would just come in, play my game, but I'm starting to feel it.
Prince, the fadeaway. Oh, nice play.
Got to step my game up as the #2 pick.
You usually are a guy that works behind the camera. Now being on the basketball court, cameras are on you. What's that adjustment like?
I grew up as a pianist. I was behind the scenes. And now, being in front of the camera, it's a little nerve-wracking, and it's harder than what people think.
Losers went 0-3 in the regular season. Going to the playoffs is the worst team in the AUAA.
Oh, not worse. Least best.
Least best.
Least best.
I'll tell you, the Losers have not found their stroke at all.
Can you summarize your team's struggles this season?
Imagine a 2-year-old throwing the biggest tantrum. That was me after every game.
Understandable. It's said that legends are born in the postseason. You have the perfect opportunity to create your own legacy. How will you prepare to guard Andrew Perloff, who has been unstoppable so far?
Andrew's going to be a tough cover. And the Grainers as a team, trying to defeat them, we're going to Bible study, we're going to prayer meetings, #thoughts and prayers.
Well, Marvin, thanks so much for sitting down with me.
Man, not a problem. Thanks, Dick.
It's not Dick, it's Dan.
I know. Thoughts and prayers.
Just take a look at Marvin Prince, 6 of 26 on the year. The Losers are going to need a great performance from him today if they want to take down against the Grainers.
No question about it. But I think they're up to the challenge. They're not intimidated by, especially the big German who likes to scream and yell his way through defensive schemes.
As the teams are set and the horn sounds, we're going to have a championship game set after this one against the Grainers and the Losers. As we're set to go, the Losers will start with it. As Prince driving in. Lots of dribbling by Prince so far. And he dribbles it out of bounds. Not a good start.
A little sloppy, a little sloppy.
Andrew Perloff driving in. The high pass. Oh, and Jones went up and down. Heard the footsteps of Marvin Prince and slams the ball as it goes back to the Losers.
Oh, it's getting sloppy.
It's getting very sloppy. It's off of McLovin's foot and it goes out of bounds. Brendan Pike not wearing a headband today. As you remember, after his week 1 nut shot, he said he was going to wear a headband. Maybe running the table a little bit, seeing if he can play a game without a headband or a nut shot. As Paulie, the handoff to Prince. Now the ball movement with 10 to shoot. Paulie driving in.
Move.
The one-handed scoop layup goes.
That's a nice move by Paulie to get them on the board first.
Got on the scoreboard for the first time of the season last week, had 2 baskets, and gets his first one to fall in the semifinals. McLovin driving in.
Oh.
Foul called. Ball rims out, but it'll go back to against the Grainers because there are no free throws.
You just got to be aggressive like that. I don't know how they're going to stop that, especially if you can't foul out in this game.
Comes in averaging about 15 points a game on 50% shooting, both from 3 and from the field. Only from 3. He's only 1 of 2. As a shot clock now at 10 with Alan Guzzi finding Perloff after a couple of deflections. He looks up at the shot clock and fires. Rims out, and the rebound going to Prince. An uncharacteristic slow start by against the Grainers. Prince steps back for 3. It's good!
That's a beauty.
Marvin Prince connects from downtown. And a quick 5-0 spurt by the Losers.
Some magic in the air today, possibly.
Guzzi trying to back down Paulie. He picks up his dribble. He's going to try and shoot it. Instead, it's out of bounds, and it hits the cameraman in the nether region. Paulie's pointing at it. It's his thing. As it's our cameraman, Tyler Day, as McLovin gets to the basket and draws the foul. I mean, that's probably what it felt like when you guys eliminated them in the semifinals, but now he gets the literal feeling.
Nobody's safe from the nut shot.
Perloff picks up his dribble. Finds Guzzi. Puts up the shot. It's off the mark.
I cannot believe against the Granites have not gotten on the board yet.
No points so far. Prince drawing the double team. And a push off by Eric Jones, a big German.
Halfway through the first half, nothing from the Grainers?
Nothing from the Grainers yet. 5-0 Losers. Pauly driving on Guzzi. He picks up his dribble and finds Prince with 12 on the shot clock. He's trying to get a screen. Prince gets it. He's got the height advantage on Guzzi.
That's a shot.
He's going to fire over him and knocks it down again.
That's his shot from the corner. That's sweet.
He averages 6 points per game on the year. He's got 5 already in the first half, and we still have 3.5 minutes to go. McLovin picks up his dribble again, and it goes out of bounds off the big German.
What is going on in this game right now? 7-0 Losers.
Behind Marvin Prince's 5. The Losers are opening some eyes to start. Losers taking their time. Prince trying to get the switch. Instead, McLovin came over.
Pauly
from the elbow.
Oh!
9-0 Losers.
Pauly Paps with a huge bucket and a 9-point lead. The Grainers yet to get on the board with 2:25 left in the first.
Perloff hands it off and a travel.
What is going on this manic Monday?
Crowd chanting defense. We're approaching 2 minutes. The Losers have a 9-point lead. Pike is gonna shoot.
Oh.
It hits the ceiling.
That's a shame. I wanted to see that fall.
Everything else has been falling for him so far. Ball movement ends up in Jones' hands. He puts up the shot and still nothing.
Ball, Brendan wide open.
To Pike.
Take it.
Oh, and he went up and down.
They're losing a little momentum here, but they're 9-0 with 1:40 left in the first.
Eric Jones trying to either fire up his own team or intimidate the other one.
What was that about?
It still doesn't work. McLovin 0 for still.
Losers, what is happening right now with 1:25 left in the first?
Pauly down low, trying to give it to Prince. It got swatted out of bounds by McLovin.
This first half is shocking to me right now. Shocking.
Losers will look to make it a double-digit lead. Pauly gets the step.
Nice
Can't
move.
finish.
That was a nice drive by Pauly, though, to the hoop. Only a minute left in the first.
Still no points by against the Grainers. It goes out of bounds. Whose ball is it? It's going to stay with the Grainers.
I do not know what's going on here, but we saw one upset, and this one is getting very interesting.
Jones carried it. The basket doesn't count. It's a carry call.
I don't know what's
Pauly
happening.
down low to Pike. He can't finish at the basket.
Redmond's got to get it going.
McLovin to the basket. No! Still nothing. He gets his own rebound.
Look at Pauly defense!
With the swat out of bounds.
Defense by Pauly with 20 seconds left in the half.
The shot clock is off. We're running down time.
Look at Pauly
with another steal. He gets the steal. The dish to Prince. 10 seconds to go. Crowd chanting defense.
Take your time. Take your time. You only got to
Prince
take
has
one.
the height advantage. He draws the double.
Let's
the pass
throw it
to Pike goes out of
away.
bounds.
But they're going to shut him out for the half.
The half is over, and against the Grainers do not score.
What is going on
It
today?
is bedlam here at the Dan Patrick Show Fieldhouse. 9-0 the Losers.
We saw one upset, and I can't understand. I'm looking at the score, and I cannot believe what I'm staring at right now. How is that possible?
9-0. No points for the league's leading scorer, Andrew Perloff, in the first half. No points for anybody for against the Grainers.
Let me tell you this. I'm in such a loss for words. I'm going to pass it on to Mr. Patrick Seaton O'Connor to join you in the second half because I don't know how to explain what I'm saying right
For now, we'll go to the first half highlights and try and fathom what just happened here. It was all Losers as Paul Paps coming in with a different kind of energy. And Marvin Prince, we talked about him at the top of the broadcast being a bust. He's got 5 quick points. And it was all Losers in that first half. We saw a lot Prince going for the size mismatch. And then Paulie finding the outside stroke.
Buckets right there. Look at him.
And defensively, too, with Paul. Wow.
Defensively, just getting steals, jumping the passing lane. As we're now going to go the second half with a 3-man broadcast. We still have Todd Fritz, but Seton O'Connor, team captain of the Big Faller brand, joining us as well. Can you describe what's going on right now? 9-0. The top seed has not scored yet.
You know, just before the game, I asked Paulie if there was another Cinderella in the building, and he said absolutely not. So no, this is shocking. This is a shocking turn of events, but there's some magic in the air tonight.
We have seen nothing all season that would suggest that that score would be anything legitimate. A 3-0 team against an 0-3 team. And for the Grainers to have nothing, a team that dominates with McLovin himself scores in double digits. Like
Even only getting 5 shots off for the whole team in the first half is pretty low.
You see turnovers, and the Losers really playing the passing lane, just limiting against the Grainers as a whole. As you take a look at some more highlights, help defense, everything working the Losers' way in that first 7 minutes.
Marvin hit a few big shots.
That's a perfect example. I mean, Andrew's getting great looks. He's getting great shots. Just sometimes they just don't fall, and there's really no rhyme or reason to it. He seems to be playing well. He's getting the right looks.
We'll see what he can do in the second half. Losers looking to hold on to the lead and advance to the finals. As the first pass gets airmailed out of bounds, not a good start.
I continue to be dumbfounded as to what I'm watching transpire here today.
I like Paulie staying calm here. He's not, playing within himself, I believe they say.
As the ball poked out of bounds, it's going to stay with the Losers. For those wondering, Andrew Perloff shoots 62% from the field.
Right there.
As the putback goes.
Finally on the board, we like to see that.
11-0. As I was saying, Andrew Perloff shoots 62% in the second half, compared to in the first half just 35%. So we're going to see if he can get going here.
Interesting move staying with
Pike. Poke away by Paulie. Goes back to McLovin.
They need a basket.
He's going to put up the jumper and finally banks it in at the 6-10 mark.
Can they go on a run, though? Do they know this is for the championship? This is for a chance to play for the championship.
This is for, I think they know that.
They got to wake up.
That's 9 points is a big deficit to make up.
Paulie passes it to the official. It was a great pass, but he's not playing.
Did Paulie get hit in an awkward spot?
I don't think, no. I think he just made an awkward pass.
Yeah.
And the pass by
only matched by another awkward
bounds.
pass there, so we'll wipe that one out.
Turnovers to start the second half.
See how the Losers can regroup here.
Their biggest enemy is going to be the clock.
There you go, Pike.
Ooh. The pass to Prince, dangerous pass at that.
I like the movement here. A lot of movement from the Losers. A lot of movement. Good screen by Pabst.
Prince now has the switch. He's got the big German on him. He steps back for 3.
Ill-advised.
No good.
3.
And Pike jumps into the crowd and can't save it. You'll see against the Grainers playing with a little bit of an up-tempo, trying to make up this 9-point lead as McLovin gets to the basket and draws the foul. If anything, that's a good thing for the Losers.
They're going to need a lot of McLovin driving to the hoop because there's under 5 minutes left. They got to do something and do it quick.
Prince jumps to the passing lane and gets another steal. And a foul called on the big German. Clock continuing to tick, under 5 minutes.
German doesn't seem bothered by that.
Paulie over the German.
They need a basket here. They got to get a basket here to Grainers. They got to get something going.
He's going to go to our go-to Swiss cheese defense and another foul as nothing's fallen for Perloff.
Another good foul, though.
The ball goes back to against the Grainers. As the help defense, Perloff can't get it to go, grabs his own rebound, still can't get it to go.
Man, the rebounds.
Third attempt, no! Fourth attempt,
there it is.
Where's the boxing out?
Grainers are just an unbelievable rebounding team.
Missed opportunity to box out and keep Perloff from scoring.
Losers need a bucket here. They can't let momentum get away from them.
They've given up 4 in a row after scoring the first 11 of the game.
They need somebody to drive to the hoop.
As a hand check called on McLovin.
That took a lot of time off the clock, though. All these fouls are taking a lot of time.
Yeah, it is. As they're sorting this out.
The clock continues to tick while they're sorting it out.
Losers will like to keep this negotiation going on as long as possible, and they get the ball. 3.5 to go.
Look at Pat.
Paulie driving in.
Oh, buddy, go up with that.
The kick out.
Oh, right there. Oh, that's yours. That's yours.
He takes a step back and fires. No,
Prince
can't finish.
Board.
Clock continues to tick. 3:20.
It's going. 3:20. Jones down low. Got swatted by
big man.
Pabst.
Throw it down, big man.
The give up to
Here comes
Perloff.
McLovin now.
And he puts it in.
Now it's getting
11-6.
5 points, not a lot of points here.
They need a bucket.
Lead slowly trickling away.
Yeah, they got to take some
Losers
clock.
need a bucket
They
here.
got to eat some clock and score here for sure.
Instead, Prince fires.
Don't
and it's
understand
off
that
the
shot.
mark.
That's poor shot selection right there.
Eat some clock and get a better percentage shot.
Guzzi's going to drive in. He's working on Pike. McLovin's wide open from the free throw line. That's good.
No!
Here come the Grainers.
They have made up a lot. They made up a lot of ground in a very short period
It's
of
an
time.
8-0 run. 4 for 7 in the second half is McLovin.
You got to take this to the hoop. If I'm the losers, I need Prince getting to the hoop.
Prince driving in the
No,
fade right now.
Oh, they go up with
It's a
it.
one-point game.
One-point game.
There's still 2:25 left.
Unbelievable comeback.
It's a tale of two halves in game 2 of semifinal Monday. Prince slowing it up.
Got to get a basket here. Got to.
Paps.
He thought about popping that.
Paulie,
One
from the
dribble pull up. No.
Air ball.
Air
Air
ball.
ball. For the lead. No.
For the lead.
Another air ball.
Big man Jones. Oh, no. He got it. And the Raiders take the lead with 2 left.
The Grainers take the lead.
If we had timeouts in this league, I would call one if I was the losers and regroup.
And then call another one right after that one.
They're going to see what they can do here. Prince, McLovin's all up in his grill.
Unraveling here.
And it's tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay with the losers. 1:40 to go.
What has happened over the last few minutes of this game? We were about to see a stunning upset.
Losers can get right back in this. They're only down 1. There you go, kid. Put that up. Cut strong to the hoop.
Paulie looking for somebody. He still has the dribble available. He's going to use it.
They got to get a basket here. They have to.
Set the pick. There you go. Now go up.
Pick is used.
Go up
Paulie
strong.
trying to go. The hook shot. He got the
draws
foul.
the foul.
Nice move.
Possession
All right.
goes back to the losers with 1:15 to go.
How bad do the losers need to get a basket here?
Losers need a basket. Crowd chanting defense as McLovin pokes it away again.
It's going to be under a minute
Getting
for the
down
next possession.
under a minute here,
Yikes.
boys.
Here we go.
60 seconds. Oh,
The bad pass tipped out.
No.
Who's it going to?
it's going to be losers ball.
Staying with the losers. No, it's going to against the Grainers.
And the clock
The
continues
clock
to tick.
is ticking.
This is just a disaster right now for the losers.
Paulie
Paulie
almost
with a
got the
big
steal.
move.
The give and go.
That's
Guzzi
got to be a travel.
to the basket.
Wasn't that?
Yes.
That's got to be a travel.
No travel call.
Guzzi scores, and that might be enough to put them into
It's
the
a
championship
three-point
round.
game.
Another big
Tipped out of
defensive
bounds.
move. Wow.
It's going to against
Going
the
to the
Grainers.
Raiders.
That's a
Gotta tee him up. Gotta tee him up.
No technical.
Wow, no T on
The
that.
shot clock is done.
We're about to finish an epic collapse here.
Yeah.
And a great comeback. Which one? I think more of a collapse.
There you go. Let's see Pearl. I wish we had a little bit of this in my
They're gonna
game.
hold this.
Somebody's got to hold it and dribble it out,
This is
which
it.
is the right move.
They're going to
Wow.
go for it. Guzzi's on the ground.
The Grainers
3
are gonna
seconds.
advance.
2. Jones is down low, and that's it.
Wow.
Wow.
They come all the way back.
What a
Down
comeback.
9-0 at halftime
And stay undefeated.
against the Grainers. Saves their season with a 14-11 victory. And it was all led by that man.
What a day of basketball, huh?
The Pearl coming back and willing this team into the AUAA championship game.
Unbelievable comeback.
As the AUAA is proudly sponsored by Sports Clips, but only in these 5 locations: Milford, Fairfield, Shelton, Brantford, and Norwalk, Connecticut.
You know what? I kind of feel like the, you know, in the Rocky movies where there's the color guy and all he says is, "This is incredible." I think it's his only line in every movie. That's what I feel like right now. I'm like, this is incredible.
It was pretty incredible as we take a look at our MVP for semifinal number 2. We got to make room for him. Andrew Perloff, we take a look at some of the highlights as he joins me now at the desk. And your team's down 9-0 at halftime. Your season's on the line. You're struggling. What are you telling yourself to will yourself back into this and will your team to the AUAA championship?
Just one play at a time. It was really contested game. They had a great strategy early on, putting Brendan, who's really physical, really good on defense. Gave me a lot of hard time. But I think they ran out of gas a little bit, and that helped us.
What did you do? I mean, your team was struggling for most of the half. What was the key in that second half to just find good looks? Because in the first half, you had good looks. They just weren't falling.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything. We just stuck with our offense, which actually really no offense. We've never written down.
Yeah, there's no
So we
playbook.
stuck with our complete lack of offense, and it seemed to work.
You guys are now in the AUAA championship. You're facing maybe an unexpected foe in the Crush, led by Todd Fritz. What are you going to do? Is there any, you have to go scout some more? Were you expecting this? What are you going to do to prepare for that championship game?
We have advanced scouts working. Apparently, two things we've learned. Todd is a lefty, and he likes a hook shot.
Okay.
If you shut that down, then you're probably going to lose, because we want Todd to shoot a lot of hooks, and we don't want twos to be shoot a lot of open jumpers. So that's a tough challenge. You know, I think you learned today, the losers, it's a parity league. We could have easily lost today. You know, they have a really good team, 1-3, so we're really happy.
Andrew Perloff, our MVP, thank you so much for joining me.
Yep.
And best of luck in the championship game, as that's it for the semifinals. We have our championship game all set, as well as our third place game. We'll run them down for you really quickly. Starting off, obviously the AUAA championship, the Crush and against the Grainers will be the second game. It'll be the headliner, of course, as the Crush riding off of that thrilling overtime victory. And it's the Big Fowler brand who stunningly couldn't find their way into the championship, taking on the losers who just collapsed down the end of the stretch. Down the stretch, will look to finish the season with at least one win and not be the only team in the AUAA who failed to find the win column. That's all from the Dan Patrick Show Fieldhouse for today. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the All-Star Game. Thursday is the championship game and third place game. We thank you guys so much for joining us. This was some great basketball, I will say. We'll see you guys tomorrow, actually, for that All-Star Game. Take care, everybody.